18 years in the making, it's the Larry and Denise Wedding Spectacular! With musical guests Fang and the Baron. With our groom Larry Davis and Alicia, Katie, and Nadine as the bridesmaids. Our producers are DJ Ryan, with video editing by Rob. Our officiant is Tom, and our bride Denise Lockwood, but you don't get to see her yet. And now on to the main event.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, shall I stay? Would it be a sin? Oh, if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Oh, take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Oh, take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. No, I can't help falling in love with you.
Welcome, one and all. We come together today in this beautiful setting to celebrate and witness the affirmation of the union of Denise and Larry. We come together as one body, a united community of family, friends, and loved ones, to congratulate Denise and Larry as they now have decided to live together as husband and wife from this day forward. Before we begin, Denise and Larry have chosen a poem to symbolize the journey upon which they are about to embark.
I chose an untitled one. You will be the clouds, I will be the sky. You will be the ocean, I will be the shore. You will be the trees, and I will be the wind. Wherever you are, you and I will always collide.
Mine's long.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And for an hour.
To love is not to possess, by James Kavanaugh. To love is not to possess, to own or imprison, nor to lose oneself in another. Love is to join and separate, to walk alone and together, to find a laughing freedom that lonely isolation does not permit. It is finally to be able to be who we really no longer clinging in childish dependency, nor docilely living separate lives in silence. It is also to be perfectly oneself, and perfectly joined in a permanent commitment to one another and to one's inner self. Love endures when it moves like waves, receding, returning gently or passionately, or moving lovingly like the tide, in the moon's own predictable harmony. Because finally, despite a child's scars or an adult's deepest wounds, they are openly free to be who they really are and always secretly were, at the very core of their being, where true and lasting love can alone abide.
Staying with the theme of love. Love is universal. Its interpretation's ambiguous. Poets, philosophers, and prophets, writers, bards, and romantics of all stripes, seers, soothsayers, shamans, priests, rabbis, mullahs, yogis, gurus, and reverends all claim to know what love is. But we all agree on some pretty universal truths about love. For example, we agree that love exists when we have compassion for one another. We affirm that love exists when we empathize with one another. We acknowledge love is to blame when we sacrifice for one another. And we accept it as the truth that love is when we rejoice together and when we cry together. We all account for love, not only as a noun, a feeling of affection, but as an action, a deliberate decision to act altruistically, putting someone's best interest above your own is love. Hinges on our connectedness to one another. For many Eastern faiths, that connection is quite literal. You and I are one and the same. In the Abrahamic traditions, we are all connected by the love of God. In cultures all across the globe, we recognize the sameness of our humanity. Today, Denise and Larry have chosen to affirm that sameness to one another and with us as witnesses as they join their life together in love.
Yeah, I think so. Right.
There's no need to contemplate it, dress it up or overstate it without too much hesitation. Here's the way I feel. I like you, even when I don't try to. Yes, I do, that's the truth. I like you. 18 years is a long, long while. Somehow you still make me smile. I'd say almost most of the time. Here's the way I feel. I like you, just like you, even when I don't try to. Yes, I do, that's the truth. I like you, oh yeah. There are way too many love songs, and I think they've got it all wrong. 'Cause life is not in the mountaintops, it's the walking in between. And I like you walking next to me. Oh, yeah. Well, I like you, even when I don't try to. Yes, I do, that's the truth. I like you, oh yeah, yeah. Even when I don't try to, I still like you.
Denise and Larry, I want you each to think about your connection as the foundation of your love. We know that we are all made of the same atoms. We know that we all breathe the same air. We know that we all bleed. And we know that we all love. Denise, there is no difference between you and Larry. Larry, there is no difference between you and Denise. The two of you are one. That is the foundation of your love. And if you keep that in mind, you'll have peace, because you know the person on the other side of the table enters into a covenant of love with you, that though you may share separate physical bodies, you share one soul. Okay, I know I've spoken a lot about connection and sameness, all the common things that Denise and Larry share, but I also want to celebrate the things that make you different. Now, the one thing about Larry and Denise is they revel. They enjoy their differences. They complement each other perfectly that way. If ever two people were a lot different, it's Denise and Larry. And we all know that they really don't come much more unique than Denise and Larry. So enjoy the uniqueness of your situation and of your relationship, not just the sameness. With this in mind, it's time to declare yourselves to one another. All right, Denise, do you take Larry to be your lawfully wedded husband from this day forward? Will you love, honor, and cherish him, hold him up in good times and bad, and love him as you love yourself, for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Larry, do you take Denise to be your lawfully wedded wife from this day forward? Will you love, honor, and cherish her, hold her up in good times and bad, and love her as you love yourself, for as long as you both shall live? Denise and Larry, it's now time to exchange your vows.
Who's going first?
Well, let's stick with the theme. Denise, you go first this time. You guys go first.
Yeah, so when we met, I was in a place where I really wanted to be with someone and share my joy that I had with myself with another person. And I had done a lot of work to make myself the person I was. And you came into my life at the same time that kind of declaration happened. And when we met, and I opened the door for our first date, and you just smiled. And you just, like, it was the most genuine smile I've ever seen, and it just took me to a place where I felt like this is the human we're supposed to be. And fast forward, about 8 months later, we were camping with the girls in Devil's Lake, and we really wanted them to get like some time together. And the next morning, we were waking up and you were making breakfast. We were sitting at the table just talking about what we were going to do for the day. We both looked over at the next campsite over, and there was a guy and an older couple. It was a guy and a woman, and he was face full of shaving cream. And she had a straight razor and was going to shave him. And you and I looked at each other like, what's going to happen? Like, are we witnessing carnage? What are we witnessing here? And they noticed us looking at them. And they made a comment that was like a very intimate act, and they really trusted each other. And we both looked at each other and we were thinking, because we've talked about this over the years, that's where we wanted to be. That's what we wanted, was that trust and being able to be okay and vulnerable, but also being independent, but more interdependent, and that I can count on you in any jam that I have, and you can count on me with any jam that you have. And so that's what we have over the last 18 years. So we're actually the middle of the story, right? We don't do things normally. Like, that's being with Blair is like being with someone who's always present, who's always the sunshine. And it's not to say that you don't have times when you got the feels, because we both of us do, but we really work hard to lift each other up. And so my vow to you is to really continue that intimacy, that vulnerability, that being who we truly are, and lifting each other up and being the highest and best selves of each one. And so my vow is that all continues. Your turn.
Yeah. So, as I was thinking about this, I think about the idea of, sometimes doing the simple things long term can be hard. Like, it's easy to do things when you're excited and you're fun and you're looking forward to it and that. But as time goes by, other things distract you, other things come up, and familiarities happen, and maybe that newness isn't quite there. And I think one of the hardest things people can do, or one of the challenges, is continue to be there, continue to support you, continue to love you, continue to look at you like you described him as opening the first door, to continue to smile. And so my vow to you is to continue being all that for you.
Thanks.
Okay. Denise, please repeat after me. Larry, I give you this ring as a symbol of my eternal love for you.
Are you doing the ring thing?
You're doing the ring.
So I should probably have the ring.
Probably not a bad idea. All right.
You should probably get your hand.
All right. Larry, I give you this ring as a symbol of my eternal love for you.
Larry, I give this ring as a symbol of eternal love for you.
My unbreakable connection to you.
My unbreakable connection to you.
With it, I promise to love you, cherish you,
With it, I promise to love and cherish you,
and stand by you in good times and bad,
and stand by you in good times and bad,
for as long as I live.
for as long as I live.
Larry, please repeat after me. Denise, I give you this ring as a symbol of my eternal love for you.
Denise, I give you this ring as a symbol of my eternal love for you,
And my unbreakable connection to you.
and my unbreakable connection to you.
With it, I promise to love you, cherish you,
I promise to love you and cherish you,
and stand by you in good times and bad,
and stand by you in good times and bad,
for as long as I live.
for as long as I live.
All right. Denise and Larry, having proclaimed your love for one another, founded in your unity, in the sight of myself and these witnesses, it is my pleasure to pronounce you, by the power vested in me by the Universal Life Church and the state of Wisconsin, married as one. You may kiss your bride. So there, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to present the newlyweds, Denise and Larry Davis.
Here we both stand, longing to hold one another, never to end, wrapped in the sweet summer air, wishing that we could stay in this moment forever, into the night, young, pure and free. Take my hand and we'll go dancing underneath the stars on a beach that's only ours. Take my hand and we'll go dancing in the shadow of the moon. Take my hand, take my hand. it seems so long. We sing our favorite songs. We heard them on the radio. It was long ago. Endless night, laughter into the dawn. Time when our dreams were born. Pave the way for all we have and all we need. Take my hand and we'll go dancing underneath the stars on a beach that's only ours. Take my hand and we'll go dancing in the shadow of the moon. Take my hand, take my hand.
What is a shenanigator?
One who instigates shenanigans.
And how is Lair?
Who's Lair?
He's a shenanigator?
You have to ask that question, really? Larry is a shenanigator all day long.
Lair.
See?
And I'm fine with
He
that.
agrees.
I will be a shenanigator all day long.
Yeah.
That is totally fine.
And when
Yeah,
we're up there...
because you know what? You know what shenanigating equals? Interesting lives. That's what
There
shenanigating
you go.
equals.
Give it up for contestant 13! Go Larry, go, Larry, go! Give it up for contestant number 13! Larry, I picked on him in the earlier show too.
Hold on, go ahead.
Lords of the Trident.
And what are we doing?
Jude says, Lords of the Trident.
Oh.
Talkative, and that was a good thing. But the word she really used was, I think she called him a chatty cat. But this was a good thing, she said. Then she told me about this quiz he had her take, and I wasn't quite so sure. Apparently, he and his friend had devised this quiz because, and I quote, he didn't have a good picker. And so she was telling me about this quiz, and I'm like, huh. But then I thought, well, if he's put that much thought into it, he's not going to be playing games with my friend, and that was a good thing. So, and then when she told me that one of the questions was what her thoughts were about Mickey Mouse, well, he couldn't be that bad of a Mickey Mouse. That, and it was probably a good question because, as we've all learned, that he has a Disney obsession, so that's probably why that was part of the quiz. So right off the bat, I could tell that they were going to be good for each other because of the way they argued. And what I mean by that is it kind of reminded me of our being in debate. You know, I go, you go, I'm respecting your feelings, you're respecting my feelings, and you kind of go with it, and it's been wonderful to see. Let's see here. So Larry, the reason I'm glad you met Denise is because you make her smile. You make her do silly things and not be serious all the time, and that's a good thing. You also rein her in when she's like losing her cool or when she needs a break from too much news. You've got a way to calmly rein her in. While I was thinking about this, one of the things I thought of is also that when I asked her what she liked best about you, she said that you were genuine. And what she meant by that was she said that you give 100% at all times. You always give 100%, whether it's being a big kid, that was a quote, or whether you're loving your family and taking care of your family, you always give 100% and that you're a genuine person. That also reminded me of just a little story. I'm also glad that you've become an adopted Uncle Larry to Ryan. I was thinking of the story, we were all in Florida, and he kept borrowing Ryan so he could go on the kiddie rides. He was under 48 inches now, with somebody under 48 inches. So I'm really glad that he's got that big kid in his life, and that's really part of you, and that you don't ever lose that. Denise, on the other hand, I'm not sure if there's really words to describe. And see if I can get through this without crying. But essentially, you're my person. We don't even need to speak to know what the other person's thinking. We've been through thick and thin. We've been on road trips. You've been my labor coach. You've been my therapist. We've laughed through some fun times, and we've had some serious conversations, and through it all, you've been like my family since the day I met you, and I love you. So now for the toast. You raise your glass. We wish you a lifetime of happiness. May you be blessed with good health, patience, and plenty of laughter. When times get tough, may you always remember this exact moment and how you feel about one another right now. And at the end of the day, may you live life with the lens of kindness and compassion, knowing what's important and what's not. We love you. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Don't you can kiss that guy. Really?
Kiss? Oh, I got to ask you.
With a toast like that, that deserves to be into the kiss.
All right, Katie's got one too.
Okay.
Alicia, did you wear in, or it's okay too?
Whatever I say goes.
I'll just go.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, I'm flying off the seat of my pants with this one because I just wanted to like go with the moment of how I feel. Well,
No.
I had to say Well, I slightly remember when I first met Larry. I mean, I was a kid, so you don't remember a lot when you're a kid. But I just remember he was always so funny, and she's still been funny, and always made my mom laugh and less serious, because my mom was pretty serious. She was going through a lot with divorcing my dad, so I don't blame her for being so serious about it. It was a tough time. So he like brought that life back to her and helped her find her happiness and joy again. And my mom brought Larry down sometimes, like in a good way. Brought him down back to earth.
Okay, LD.
In a good way. So they complement each other very well. There were so many times where like Larry would say something funny. My mom would be all like grumpy about it. I'm like, Mom, it's funny. And then she would start laughing. I don't know, they've always worked very well together. And I'm just really excited that they're finally married. I don't know why it took them so long. And there was a, well, we live together, it's fine. And I'm like, well, don't you want to be like solidified in some sort of way? But no, they were happy. And, I was happy for them just being happy. And now they're going to be even happier because they're stuck together forever.
Yeah. Stuck with you.
Stuck in the middle with you.
And
Wait, that didn't end well.
Joke is to the right. Right? And
to the right.
there were some pretty tough times for me growing up because I was crazy. help me as well, and help my mom help me. Because, you don't always want to listen to your mom, or you don't always connect well with your step-parents at first, So he would kind of guide her how to handle me.
His exact words was, why are you throwing the temper tantrum with her?
Yeah.
And what are you getting out of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they learned a lot from each other throughout the years, and I know they're going to continue to learn from each other as I learn from them as well. And cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Knowledge. Thanks.
Hey.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Not bad.
Okay. Yeah, keep going. You guys got it.
All right, I think we have to readjust the table.
All right.
Go ahead and lift it. All right. Let's adjust it. This is out of control. All right. All right, I'll put it back in.
All right, get a foot underneath. There you go.
All right.
Beautiful. That's good.
Woo-wee.
Who knew you were a lumberjack?
Lumberjack Denise. Don't quit your day job.
Okay.
Yeah, stand behind the saw. Hold on a second, guys. We're going to try something here. All right. Put your feet on the sawhorse for them. There you go. And hold it in place. There you go.
There you go.
All right. Now, guys.
Hours later.
Hold on. Pull it.
Get it! Come on.
Come on, you can.
Stubborn bastard.
There we go.
Woo!
All right.
You gotta get the rest.
Last little bit, guys. Last little bit. You can do this. Yay! Mazel tov!
middle down.
Yeah, you're supposed to do it together.
I think both of your hands are supposed to go.
You ready?
You're doing it. It's all you. You know
All
it
right.
works.
Here we go.
Straight, straight.
I can't
Kind of
see
straight,
it.
kind of straight.
Okay.
All right. And we're just gonna do it like this.
Here, let's turn it.
All right, so that'll be easier. Huh?
Okay, that was fucked up, but whatever.
That's not on video or anything.
Oh yes, oh yes it is.
That was
Okay,
me.
so yeah.
All right.
edited later.
Here, we're gonna do.
No, I mean edited.
Do. All right, now. All right. This how we go?
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, all right.
All right.
That was not here. Was so long.
It is. That's what she said.
All right.
All right, fork us.
How much we're allowed.
All right, do the fork, huh? Just hold it, huh?
No.
Not gonna smash it. You have to fork, huh?
Well, we could do fingers fine.
Yeah.
But you're not smashing.
No,
fingers
no. Are you
smashing.
ready? You gotta get yours. You gotta get yours. Are you ready?
I thought you
We do it at the same time.
Oh, that's right. Whatever. I don't know this shit.
I don't even do it all the time, right?
All right. So like.
Yeah?
Here, let's do this.
Yeah. All right. Ready? That's pretty good cake.
I know. All right.
All right.
Naps.
Well, I'll be your rainy day lover whenever the sunny days end, and whatever the weather, we have each other, and that's how the story will end. Well, I'll be your shade tree in summer, you'll be my fire when it's cold, and whatever the season we'll keep on breathing, 'cause we'll have each other to hold. And I'll hold you and I'll say, well, I wanna love you forever, I do. All of my days with you, I'll carry your burden, be the wind at your back. I wanna spend my forever, forever like that. Well, I'll be the words on the pages if you be my sweet melody, And the tune can keep on changing, 'cause love will keep arranging. And this is the song we will sing. And I'll hold you and I'll say, well, I wanna love you forever, I do. I wanna spend all of my days with you, carry your burden and be the wind at your back. I wanna spend my forever. When the rain comes, I'll be your shelter. When the wind blows, love will be together. When the storms they rise, I'll be there right by your side. And I'll sing, well, I'm gonna love you forever, I do. I'm gonna spend all of my days with you, carry your burden, be the wind at your back. Well, I'm gonna spend my forever, forever like that.
You gotta crank it.
Crank it, you gotta crank it!
Well, that's true because we don't have a copy of this.
It must be unfurled if you want to show the world. Let's freak, let's freak, let's freak, let's freak, flag fly. Let's freak, let's freak, let's freak, flag fly. We're not here to judge you, we're just here to love you. Let's freak, let's freak, flag fly. I see no reason why you can't let your freak flag fly. This party's gonna look lit.
Is that what we're doing now?
But don't tell Fred. Let's freak, flag fly. Let's freak, let's freak, let's freak, flag fly. We're not here to judge you, we're just here to love you. Let's freak, let's freak, flag fly. I see no reason why you can't let your freak flag fly.
Hands off.
Oh yeah. With the rebel yells, shouting like a dancing drum, like Betsy Ross.
I know. This is why we
Dance like the mums.
Oh, that's like a moment.
Let's freak, let's freak, let's freak, flag fly. Let's freak, let's freak, let's freak, flag fly. We're not here to judge you, we're just here to love you. Let's freak, let's freak, let's freak, flag fly. See no reason why you can't let your freak flag fly. We're not here to judge you, we're not here to judge you, we're just here to love you.
Denise and I want to thank you for joining us.
We do.
I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching. That we had a lot of fun doing. I think everybody else did too. So wait, right? What are you saying? There's a video that just came in now?
What?
Right now.
Oh, well, I guess we gotta watch it.
All right,
So,
let's watch it.
Let's watch that.
There we go. Congrats to Larry and Denise today. Have a great day. We're sorry we couldn't be there. Anyways, here's our triv question for Larry. Way back yonder, we went to a park, and this was before he became such a roller coaster fanatic. But it really wasn't a roller coaster that we first went on. It was one of them big Viking ships, you know, that just go back and forth, back and forth. And we got on, and we were way up on the left-hand side near the tail of it. And it went a few times up and down, and do you think Larry was happy? Absolutely not. He was screaming his head off. I couldn't believe it that he has turned out to be such a fanatic on those things. So, congrats, Larry. You and Denise have a happy day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
And that was fun. Thank you, Hal and Kathy.
Yeah,
We'll see you later. We're gonna continue dancing.
Like you need
So.
Like it's 1999.
Oh, that was 21.
Too many miles to remember the smell of the air. This place is all good, but nothing can ever compare. The sun burns my skin as it pierces cerulean skies. I love this place, but it's only a thin disguise. Paradise is wherever your people are. You're alive with the people you love. Paradise is wherever you want it. It's waiting for you at the end of the line. 4,000 miles in the sky till the wheels hit the ground. Just 7 miles more on the road till I'm through your front door. Wouldn't it be right if the rain wasn't drowning the storms? But I'm used to that, and for sure I'm just glad to be home. Paradise is wherever your people are. You're alive with the people you love. Paradise is wherever you want it. It's waiting for you at the end of the line.